Hello and welcome to the new expansion for GoFiler, Legato. Now we can connect to anything. Legato is a comprehensive scripting language embedded directly into the GoFiler product family. It can extend existing functionality. It allows for the creation of new functions. It can be used to create tools to process, look up, report, or perform any number of complex tasks. It can also be hooked into menu functions, run as a standalone script, or run from a command line. Here are just a few visual examples of how Legato can be used to expand the functionality of GoFiler. Legato allows GoFiler to interface to the world. When we look at the traditional processing, we'll have GoFiler, some database of information, and many times that's taken into Word or Excel. Those are turned into pages of information and then converted and filed to the SEC. With Legato, we can establish a direct route for certain functions using ODBC or Open Database Connectivity through SQL. This allows us to take data directly into GoFiler to build complex tables. Legato will also allow you to expand existing functionality of GoFiler. For example, during the filing process, there is a default functionality that will perform certain queries, then perform the submission to the SEC, and finally report an accession number. Through Legato, I can add to that functionality by using a script, perhaps to query a final checklist before proceeding to the filing process. I can even query external systems or report to that external system that I have made a filing. This interchange can work both ways. I can create new functionality. For example, with Form 13 FHR, we can add extensions. Those extensions can do things like merge QSIPs together, or filter QSIPs. That can perform basic queries, reference back into the data tables, analyze the data, make the necessary changes, and then replace the information. And how does this integration occur? When GoFiler starts up within its programming directory, it runs a series of scripts. It will look for vendor scripts, and it will look for client scripts. As it sees each of these items, they can be hooked into or supplement various functions within the application. To make it easy to develop scripts, GoFiler comes with an integrated development environment. The editor is actually built within the application, and you can create, open, or modify existing scripts. It's also built directly into the software development kit, so by simply pressing F1, I can access particular functions. Legato is a programming language unto itself, employing a structured language syntax similar to JavaScript or C++. It contains advanced file processing. Not only the basic Windows file access to open, read, and write, it also exposes GoFiler's underlying advanced file processing for accessing mapped data objects, windows, and parsing of HTML, XML, and basic SGML. Through a process known as a hook, many functions can be accessed and linked to the scripting language either before or after they're run. These include basic menu functions, certain dialogues such as opening or saving a file, and many Windows functions. Legato also contains comprehensive dialogue support, allowing programmers to create dialogues that integrate seamlessly within the operation of the application. The user won't tell whether or not it's part of the basic application or an extension to the application. Internet access functions are provided to email, perform HTTP requests, and even perform file transfer protocol operations. Database support for both internal and external information. Internal access allows for direct interchange between template cells on EDGAR forms, data view, or data sheets, as well as high-level access to abstract information such as the 13F information table. External access is via Microsoft ODBC, or Open Database Connectivity, either using general or specific drivers. This provides for access to any standard database, including common SQL servers using SQL queries. The language also contains exceptional string processing capabilities. All the underlying parsing tools that are used to analyze and translate data from Microsoft Word, Excel, and any other foreign source are exposed in the scripting language. This includes basic and advanced HTML, SGML, and XML parsing and support. You can perform simple quick and dirty parsing of files, or you can do complex and comprehensive parsing, looking for errors and other anomalies. To support all these features, Legato has multiple variable types, including unlimited string sizes. And those variables can be built into advanced arrays and processed, sorted, deleted, and treated like little mini databases. And finally, there are plenty of methods to relay information to the user, including logs. Logs can be created and presented via the information view, written directly to disk, or read from a high-level application function, such as validation, for further programmatic action. We have discussed only a fraction of Legato's capabilities. Let's take a look at a so-called one-off time-saving script created specifically to help with Novaworks R&D efforts. This script augments DataView, which underlies EDGAR forms, to help create a form template. You can build scripts to do just about anything. In this example, this is kind of down in the dirt, we built a macro to help translate the many fields from the SEC's ABS form over to a template. In this case, we have a script that sets itself up as a menu function. And it also registers itself as a quick key, so we can very quickly add in the particular items. Without going into the great detail of this, let's just see how it works. For this project, we have the SEC ABS specification, which has literally hundreds and hundreds of tags that need to be mapped into our template tables. So what this particular macro does is I can copy the content of that LC3 tag, return to our template, and then using the macro control 1, dump both the header in and the name. Through the macro, we can do this very quickly. Copy, return, control 1. Copy, return, control 1. So we can take a very long and arduous process and simplify it greatly. This is just a short example of the thousands of things that can be done with Legato integrated with GoFiler. You can create very polished segments that are attached and seamlessly integrated within the application, or simple, quick and dirty one-off things to save a lot of time on a particular task. But then the ultimate question is, can you actually do this? Is this something I can integrate into my production operation, into my EDGAR department, into my compliance department? The answer is emphatically yes. If you're tech savvy, you can build your own projects based on the SDK and the IDE and our support. Or you can request and we'll develop a particular feature for everyone. That's an example of the QSIP functions that we've added to the Form 13F HR. You can hire us to start your custom project, and we can even see it through to completion. Or you can simply consult with us as needed. We'll stand behind you 100% with all the information you need. As mentioned before, Legato has a comprehensive reference manual, and it's linked directly to the IDE. We also have pop-up information on each of the functions, movies and tutorials, including examples, and training is available both online and on-site. And what about the cost? The basic language is free, and it's included in GoFiler, GoFiler Complete, GoFiler Corporate, our funds product, GoXBRL, and is also part of Go13, but it's only released on a feature basis for Go13. The addition of Legato to GoFiler is an exciting development with wide application. No longer is the last mile of compliance constrained by Word and Excel and moving your documents through these types of applications. It'll provide opportunities for significant automation and integration. If you have any questions or want more information, you can look up Legato at novaworks.co/Legato or contact sales or dial 585-424-1700. Thank you for your time.